Hello there. Thank you for joining us on Nafdac and Your Health. I am Susan West Braniff. Nafdac in recent times has sustained its strategies and efforts in ensuring its mandate of safeguarding the health of the nation. Our package today will bring you some of the recent activities of the agency geared towards sustaining its fight against counterfeit medicines and other unwholesome regulated products. We will bring you this and more if you stay with Nafdac and Your Health. The mandate of safeguarding the health of the nation is an onerous task that requires dedication and commitment. This has informed several innovations and strategies which Nafdac has not only sustained but is also intensifying efforts, especially in the enforcement of its laws.
The Enforcement Directorate is one of the directorates in the agency out of the total of 13 directorates we have, where when we have issues of violations and the stakeholder is proving difficult, the matter is referred to enforcement and enforcement takes action. I can say that it's almost like on a monthly basis that we are securing conviction. In March, there was a conviction of a counterfeiter of some of our drugs, and a lady for that matter, she was sentenced to 7 years imprisonment without option of fine in a federal high court in Lagos. That is an achievement. Again, in April, we secured another conviction in Asaba of 5 years imprisonment without option of fine. And so we're encouraging the enforcement to continue to step up activities.
The agency in recent times has carried out destruction of counterfeit medicines and other unwholesome regulated products worth billions of naira.
It is not gladdening to say that we are destroying drugs or we are destroying unwholesome products, Nafdac regulated products. But here we are. We have carried out so many destruction exercises in Shagamu, in Kebbi State, in Kaduna State, and it is ongoing.
Nafdac has also sustained its ISO 17025 laboratory accreditation of its mycotoxin and pesticide residue laboratories, which was recently assessed by the EU and Dutch missions.
Without our laboratory being in place, we cannot pronounce on the quality of any of the regulated products. What has happened between March and now? You are all aware of the issue of the beans. And Nafdac laboratory, the pesticide residue lab, is the only pesticide residue lab in Nigeria that is ISO 17025 accredited. And so in trying to do housekeeping to ensure that the suspension on the exportation of beans produce is lifted by June 2016, the EU and Dutch mission paid a visit to Nafdac to assess the status of the lab. They came, they saw, and they were impressed.
The Central Drug Laboratory in Yaba recently renewed its ISO 17025 laboratory accreditation and is working towards WHO pre-qualification.
Our drug lab should also be WHO pre-qualified by July 2016, and we're working assiduously towards that. A committee has been set up. The report has been brought up, and we have identified gaps. Staff have been moved there, and we're looking forward to support from our international partners and even the federal government to make sure that the equipment and all the things that we need there to ensure the certification or the pre-qualification comes to pass. So the lab is being strengthened.
In ensuring that stakeholders adequately comply with the agency's regulation, 5 regulatory guidelines were recently reviewed and presented to the public.
The Honorable Minister of Health paid a one-day working visit to Nafdac sometime in April. And during that one-day working visit, he did a public presentation of 5 guidelines recently reviewed and published with the assistance of WHO, UK AIDS, and Part 2 to develop the guidelines for our stakeholders. 5 of them Guidelines for Good Manufacturing Practice 2016, Guidelines for Good Clinical Practice 2016, Guidelines for Good Pharmacovigilance Practice 2016, Guidelines for Good Distribution Practice for Pharmaceutical Products 2016, and Guidelines for Good Practices for Pharmaceutical Quality Control Laboratories 2016. All of these have been given out to our stakeholders so that they read and get to know what is expected of them to ease our regulatory activities both ways, either from the angle of the regulator or from the angle of the company that is being regulated. And so it's a collaborative effort so that we can constantly safeguard the health of the nation.
The agency has also sustained its collaboration with stakeholders and sister agencies to ensure effectiveness and efficiency.
We're collaborating with all stakeholders because there is no one organization that can do it all. We're in good working relationship with NDLEA. NDLEA and Nafdac, they are in charge of licit and illicit control of use of drugs. And recently, UNODC donated to both organizations a number of vehicles to promote our regulatory activities. So also SON. We partnered with ICPC and recently sensitized our staff through the Act 2 units, that is the Anti-Corruption and Transparency Unit, so that staff are constantly educated on doing the right thing. And this unit is mandatory for every organization to be in place. Nafdac is spearheading that in the whole of the Federation.
Nafdac's recent meeting with the World Bank and the Association of Nigerian Licensed Customs Agents, the National Association of Government-Approved Freight Forwarders, and SACOL, is geared towards trade facilitation.
Nigeria is trying to diversify now. We are no longer focusing solely on the oil sector. We are going into agri-produce. And so what are we going to do? Nafdac has also realized that there is need for collaboration everywhere. We are collaborating with customs. The e-platform, the e-trade process, Nafdac is keen into it. We invited the clearing agents and held stakeholders meetings with them for them to understand the framework that is in place. Do the right thing. We are doing all of this to step up all our activities.
The seaports, airports and land borders are well manned to ensure that imported and exported products are safe, wholesome and of good quality.
We are manning all the various land border posts, airports and seaports. For instance, even in Ilela. Ilela is a very active border post. And I want to seize this opportunity to thank the Sokoto state government. As we speak, Sokoto state government is at an advanced stage of donating to Nafdac one Hilux vehicle to step up our activities in Sokoto state. We already have positioned our staff at Ilela border post with a conducive work environment. And we are going to do the same for some other active border posts in Katsina State, in Kebbi State. Already we're in Diroko, we're in Seme border post.
Training and retraining of staff have been sustained for utmost productivity.
We keep getting support from the international organization. I want to also thank WHO. Every month we have one training or the other, fully sponsored by WHO, to build our capacity. As we speak, a training is going on in Ibadan for our staff. We are also working with IITA. So every now and then, our staff are exposed to one training or the other to enhance capacity.
Having sustained its strategies and intensifying efforts to ensure its mandate, Yetunde Oni, the Acting Director General, assures Nigerians of the agency's continued commitment.
Nafdac is committed, more than ever before, to to ensure that we continue to safeguard the health of the nation. We're not going to leave any stone unturned. As we are here now, we are going to remain bold. We're going to continue to remain courageous. We're going to be fair. We're going to be just. It is not all about using the cane all the time that is going to enable us achieve our result. But when we have to use the cane, we'll use the cane. But we solicit support of everybody to cooperate with Nafdac so that Nafdac continues to remain a household name. If you have any issues, feel free to go to the nearest Nafdac formation within your locality. Please approach us, tell us what the issues are, and you'll see that we will take action promptly.
Nafdac is always poised to ensure its mandate of safeguarding the health of the nation, which impacts on the economy, as a healthy nation is a wealthy nation.
Okafo, Okafo, now for you and this your adult education. Every day, there's also book, uncle. This one no be anyhow book. Look, this one na label instruction where dey the agrochemical where I buy to take treat my farm from all this yama and disease. Now you can read like person who go write exam. This one pass exam. This one na matter of life and death. Yes. Before we use any agrochemical product, make sure say we study the instruction well before we use them. Even the one we dey take put for beans or maize or any kind crop, we suppose read the instruction well so that we go know wetin dem dey call withholding period. Withholding period. Yes, that one na time wey be say we go wait before we go fit sell the crop or chop am. Even get for animal like chicken, cow, fish, or even he-goat. Man. Yes, we suppose study the manual so that we go know wetin dem dey call withdrawal period. Withdrawal period. That na time wey we suppose allow the animal make the chemical wey dey im body comot finish before we go catch am, chop am or sell am. See, make I tell you, person wey no dey follow instruction, e no fit do exporter importer for this our farm business. Oh, yes. See, all this yama disease wey dey everywhere, like cancer, kidney failure, na because people no dey study the instruction wey dey the container body. Don't fear, country people, make you no use their own hand kill yourself. Make sure say you dey study the instruction wey dey any agrochemical product you buy before you use am.
Nafdac don ban some agrochemicals wey fit cause disease for we body. Make you dey use only agrochemicals wey Nafdac don approve. Do you have problems from using any medicine? Please let us know by sending a text message to 20543 on Glow, MTN or Etisalat. For cases of unsatisfactory service delivery or fraudulent act by any Nafdac officer, please report to the Reforms Unit of Nafdac on the following numbers: 081-8724-1488, 090-942-62773, 090-942-62772, or email nafdacreforms@gmail.com, reforms@nafdac.gov.ng. For more information on the program or any case of fake, substandard, or unwholesome regulated products, please report to the nearest Nafdac office or send an SMS to the following numbers: 081-336-30600 or 081-174-10989. Visit our website on www.nafdac.gov.ng. Find us on Facebook at Nafdac Nigeria. Follow us on Twitter at Nafdac Agency or watch our videos on YouTube.
This is where we draw the curtain on this episode of Nafdac and Your Health. Thank you for watching, and to join us again next week. I am Susan West Bramith. Goodbye.